The Volgin Boss fight in Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. This video and tutorial is mostly going to be focused on a non-lethal CQC focused takedown on extreme or European extreme difficulty. The Volgin Boss fight is a very fun but frustrating boss fight. He is powerful and quick, and he will literally beat Snake until he vomits. This boss fight is a great opportunity to CQC his ass and get some revenge for the torture and also for hurting our beautiful Eva. CQC is your best friend in this fight. Guns are at a severe disadvantage. He can block most gunshots, and he'll even blow up the bullets if you have any firearms equipped. Yes, it is possible to beat him primarily with guns, but it's not ideal, especially on harder difficulties. This boss fight is all about recognizing what attack he's about to do in the moment and knowing how to avoid it or counter it. He has a number of different shock attacks and also physical attacks with punches or kicks. Alright, let's get right to it. First, let's start with some tips and tricks. Before the boss fight begins, you can interrogate Rykov to get some information on Volgin. This is going to be when you infiltrate Groznygrad for the very first time. Find Rykov, bring him to an isolated location, and then get some information when you interrogate him.
Speak. Water. The Colonel is weak against water. Speak. The Colonel. He has trouble with bright mushrooms.
And before the fight, I definitely recommend you grab the sneaking suit, which reduces all taken damage. This suit is found in the locker where you trapped Rykov in Groznygrad. During the boss fight, I recommend using the Rykov mask to disguise Snake as Volgin's boyfriend, who we assume is now dead. And it's kind of Snake's fault. This technique works once a fight, so choose your timing wisely. You can equip the mask and Volgin will go into a state of shock and walk towards you. This leaves him open for any attacks. I suggest waiting until Volgin does not have any electricity flowing through his body, because if he does, you cannot touch him or shoot him. Wait until his electric is not active and then use the mask. This is a great opportunity to get in a couple free hits, but be prepared, after he recovers, Volgin will retaliate and charge at Snake. It's possible to avoid this attack, but he is very quick and very aggressive, and it's just difficult. I suggest setting down a TNT to interrupt his attack and set it off right as he's charging at you.
Is it really you?
Like I mentioned earlier, he has a force field that can block firearm attacks, so you have to wait for an opening. The best openings are after he throws a physical attack, which usually follows a 3-hit combo, or after one of his electric shocks, then he'll be open for any attacks. Next tip, Ocelot will cheer for Snake as the fight goes on, and this will distract Volgin. This is an opportunity to catch him off guard and attack. He'll say something like, "Quiet, Ocelot! Whose side are you on?" This is your moment to attack. If you ever find yourself in one of these moments where Volgin is vulnerable for an attack, but he has electricity flowing through his body, so you can't shoot or you can't CQC him, just use the SIG gas spray. It's very useful for this fight.
Quiet, Ocelot!
Next, you can shoot the water pipes above you to stun Volgin. I don't know if it's just because I play on extreme difficulty, but I cannot get any hits in after this. So you shoot the pipe and the water comes down on him, he'll be stunned for a few seconds. But during this time, it's impossible for me to damage him. I don't know what I'm doing. But maybe this is a moment for you to shoot the frog and the duck statues. Like, this is like a little moment to stun him, look around the arena, find the frog and the duck statues. Or maybe, while he's stunned, you can take a moment to use my next tip. So while he's stunned, you can throw a number of different items. You can throw a chaff grenade. I'm not 100% sure how the chaff grenade affects Volgin's electricity. I think it makes his electric attacks less powerful, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
Snake, try using a chaff grenade. The metal foil it scatters into the air should dissipate electric shocks and make them less painful.
Next thing you can throw is an alive tree frog on the battlefield. This will scare Volgin. I don't know why, but tree frogs remind him of water or rain, and he hates rain, so he'll say his catchphrase, Kuwabara, Kuwabara. He will be distracted for a few seconds while he attacks the frog, another opportunity to get him some free hits. Like I said, you have to capture the frog alive, and you have an opportunity to do this after the cutscene with Eva in the waterfall, and before you enter Grozny Grad. You're gonna run down a long hallway, you can find a couple tree frogs on the ground.
The tree frog. Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
In this hallway, you can find another item that we can throw at Volgin, the Russian glowcap mushroom. If you throw one of these during the boss fight, Volgin's electric shocks will be absorbed by the mushroom. I recommend saving all these items, the chaff grenade, mask, mushroom, frog. I recommend saving all these tips and tricks for phase 2 of the boss fight when things get more difficult. After he reaches 50% health, you'll get a cutscene and he will become more powerful and more aggressive. Also keep in mind the fight is on a timer, so we have a limited time to beat this guy. You want to stay aggressive before times run out and the facility blows up with the C3 that Snake put on the oil tanks or whatever. So if you're trying to take Volgin down non-lethally, it is entirely possible to do it with only CQC. But I recommend doing a mix of CQC and your tranquilizer guns. If you're gonna do CQC only, you have to be aggressive. Now, another tip, if you're about to die, or he's about to die, like he's one hit away from death, you can use the fake death pill to confuse him and get a couple hits off. Like I was saying, if you use a fake death pill, he will believe that you're dead for a little bit, you'll turn around, and this is your opportunity to get some more hits off.
He's dead already? That was fun.
Alright, let's go over Volgin's shock attacks. You need to be relatively close to him so you can react to any of his attacks and use CQC. He will usually announce his attacks with something like, "Let's see you dodge this one," or "Here it comes," or "Die." One attack is he will charge up any bullets from his hand and shoot it at you. He will stick his hand up in the air, and this is your opportunity to charge at him. You can grab him and throw him to the ground before he gets any shots off. In the original game, you had to wait until he fired at least one shot to attack him, but not anymore. When he puts his hand up in the air, charge towards him, go from the side, just in case he does shoot any, you can avoid him by going to the side, and get him from behind and throw him down to the ground and use some good old CQC. Next attack is going to be an electric shock that goes right for you. You can see him loading up in his hand before he throws the attack at you. This attack will explode all bullets in your current magazine if you're carrying any weapons. So when you see this, unequip your weapon right away. Before he throws it, I recommend running around him, run to the side, and you can avoid it on the side. You can CQC him and get some more hits off. And what's great about this attack, it's easily avoidable and we can bait it for the entire first phase. And like I said, these attacks require you to keep on moving. You can't just stay in one spot. You need to keep moving, run from side to side, run around him, keep moving, and then boss fight will be a lot easier for you. Don't just sit in one spot and wait for him to hit you. Alright, going back to that attack, we can bait this electric shock attack and it's easily avoidable, so this is great opportunity to just cheese the whole first phase. While he's recovering from any attack on the ground, equip a weapon and wait for him to load up the attack. While he's loading the attack and you can recognize it says electric shock, quickly unequip it, avoid it, and then go around and use CQC. You can keep repeating this over and over until he gets down to 50% health, and then things get a little more difficult and complicated. Now, taking a step back a little bit, when you CQC Volgin down to the ground in the first phase, you're going to have a few second window to shoot him or use more CQC. During the first phase, he's going to do this weird animation where he stands up and kind of just does like a power up with his electricity. He'll go, and a bunch of electricity will like flow through his body. You cannot shoot him, you cannot CQC him while he's powering up in this animation, but you can use the SIG gas spray to get a hit off. So use it, it's very useful. He will occasionally charge at Snake for a physical attack, and it's pretty easy to dodge these. Every now and then you can CQC parry him, but in my experience it's quite inconsistent to try to parry him. The parry attacks kind of seem random, they just kind of happened while I'm just trying to CQC him down to the ground. But when this animation does hit, you have to be prepared, because Snake is gonna shove Volgin, and then he's going to retaliate with a second attack, either a kick or a punch. It's kind of like the boss fight when you have to parry her during an animation. But going back a little bit, when Volgin does charge at Snake to either punch or kick him or just attack him, Volgin doesn't know any CQC, so I don't really know what to call his attacks. He's just kind of wailing at Snake. Avoid them and go around towards his back. If you're facing his back, you can usually CQC him down to the ground that way and punish his physical attacks that way. So once Volgin gets down to 50% health or 50% stamina, you're gonna get a cutscene. After this cutscene, Volgin will introduce a couple new attacks and alter his pre-existing attacks. Right away during the second phase, he's going to throw bullets up into the air and shoot them all around the arena with an electric shock. Lay on the ground to avoid these bullets. This one is pretty easy. Just dive forward, lay on the ground, and you can avoid them no problem. He will introduce electric shocks on the ground. They move in patterns. You have to just try to avoid them and do your best by dive rolling. This one can be difficult. It's a little random and frustrating, but with some concentration and with some luck, it's 100% possible to avoid every electric shock that's going on the ground.
See how you like this?
His electric shock attack from before now has 3 shocks instead of 1. I have not found a reliable way to avoid these. I'm sorry. For a tutorial, I'm not sure. I tried laying down on the ground, I tried everything, it just doesn't really work. My best advice is save your Russian glowcap mushrooms and throw them on the ground so they can absorb the electric shocks, because he has these 3 shocks that go right towards Snake. They go in different directions. It's a very wide attack. It's very hard to avoid it. It's very fast. This is the one attack I just cannot get down. You just gotta keep moving, go from side to side, go around them, and do your best.
Here it comes! Let's see you dodge this one! Choose. Ocelot! Whose side are you on? Ah! Time to die! Is it really you? The tree frog. Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
C3 explosions have been discovered on the liquid fuel tanks. The timer is set. Time remaining until detonation. 60.
He's dead already? That was fun.